Look, the burden of high out-of-pocket costs for drugs on Medicare beneficiaries is significant. Over the next decade, approximately 1.1 million older adults are predicted to die prematurely due to this cost burden. One study found that if Medicare is able to negotiate lower drug prices and cost-sharing responsibilities for beneficiaries are reduced, it may decrease premature deaths by about 94,000 per year and generate nearly 500 billion in savings by the year 2030. This is particularly important for those today who must choose between filling their prescriptions and treating their illnesses or paying their bills. Bob Miller is a constituent of mine living with MS. Over the course of 12 years, the list price of his medication rose from $13,000 a year to over $103,000. While on his employer's coverage, Bob was able to get copay assistance to make the drug affordable for him. But under Medicare, he is now ineligible for that same type of assistance. Faced with the reality that the cost of his drug that would jeopardize his retirement security, Bob opted to stop taking the drug. He understood he was rolling the dice on his health, and he wants Congress to act so that no one else must make this life-threatening decision. So let me start with Professor Sachs. Can you generally describe how H.R. 3 will benefit low-income people in particular? Recognizing that some people have access to cost-sharing assistance through the low-income subsidy, may already have some help, but what about others who don't qualify for this extra help? How would their out-of-pocket expenses and premiums potentially be lowered?
Thank you. And this is an important question to think about where the low-income subsidy phases out and how it isn't helping enough seniors who may be on fixed incomes especially. So this out-of-pocket cap would be particularly helpful for seniors who are just out of low-income subsidy qualification, but who have these expensive out-of-pocket costs.
Professor Sachs, you heard my statistic that I cited there. Do you agree that lowering drug costs and reducing out-of-pocket expenses could prevent premature death, as recent studies have shown?
Yes, relying on those studies. And it's really easy to see how that's true for something like insulin.
Absolutely. Additionally, the Congressional Budget Office has estimated that the Medicare program will save billions because people can finally afford to take their medications. Do you expect H.R. 3 will also lead to better health outcomes?
Yes, especially or potentially for low-income beneficiaries, given those high out-of-pocket costs that they face today.
Thank you so much. You know, I recently introduced H.R. 2464, the More Help for Seniors Act, that would expand the ability for seniors to receive extra help under the Part D low-income subsidy program. Not only do we need to provide more help to low-income seniors so more can take advantage of the program, we need to effectively reduce drug costs for everyone. That's why I personally believe H.R. 3 is so important. It's clear that lowering costs for seniors will not only improve their lives, but research has shown that for thousands of people each year, it will also save lives. And, you know, I've got just a little more than a minute left. And I just want to say that much of the question and discussion here today, as someone who spent more than 20 years working in medical technology for a company that had to compete for to be on the VA contract every couple of years. Some years we were, some years we weren't for the technology company that I worked for. I just have to say that the sky is falling dynamic here is just frankly unbelievable. And if you look at net operating profit for any large brand name pharmaceutical drug company in this country, it's really hard for me to believe that this sector that has continued to just increase price, has never really been held to account here. Look, we know, we all agree that we have to balance innovation, but at the end of the day, I think this sector in healthcare, has been able to escape any or much of the accountability in this country for what has happened with drug costs. And, let's talk about, we don't have time today, but, specialty drugs and compound drugs. Look, this sector needs more competition, not less. And at the end of the day, Medicare, just like the VA, should be able to negotiate its drug pricing in the United States of America. And with that, Madam Chair, I yield back.